Clarida and Eforobo right there. You just watched these clips. And guess what? He's right here with us in the building. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you join us today.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start. Claridan Eforobo, that's ClaridanTV.
Yeah.
Is that your name, Claridan?
Yeah, my nickname is Claridan. My name is Daniel Ifirubo.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. So how did Claridan come about?
I'm a lover of music. I've been in the choir since I was a child. So at the point I started learning the clarinet, and I was like, what will? So clarinet, Daniel.
Claridan, I get it. That's your name.
Are you still in the choir?
Not anymore.
What happened?
At some points, I didn't have time for that, but I still do music part-time.
Okay.
Interesting.
Content creation. How did you get into this?
When I watch people doing amazing content, I just have this thing that I can do this too, and I have been oppressed a couple of times by some people who just feel like they are too powerful or they are above the law, and I wanted to be able to help others as well. So I started with the program Ninja Speaks in 2018, and I was discussing vital issues going on in Nigeria, giving people an opportunity to air their views and all that. So at some point I noticed those videos were not doing very well, and I was not encouraged. I had to stop. So fast forward to when I got into the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, I started all over again with ClaridanTV, and I just started doing the entertainment stuff because I noticed people are more interested in that. So with time, I was able to bring in the same purpose of giving people an avenue to air their views. So that's it.
Okay. So since you made the switch, you definitely feel that this is better than what you were doing before.
Yeah, I was not really consistent at the beginning, but since, should I say, a few months ago, like April, May, I started from somewhere. I started making quality videos and tried to put in more content. And since then, I won't lie, it didn't take me a while. The second video I did when I started in April, the second video got viral, and I even got a post from Yaba Left. Okay. So since then, I've been able to do a couple of viral videos. I can say I'm doing well. Okay,
I like that. I like that assessment. I know sometimes, there's always that need to distinguish oneself. That those who tell you, I'm a content creator, I'm not a skit maker, I'm, trying to just ensure that they stay distinct.
Yeah.
How do you regard yourself? A content creator, skit maker?
Well, I believe as long as you are putting out content out there, you are a content creator. Either you are a skit maker, maybe you do vox pop, street quiz, you are still a content creator, as long as you are putting in content out there. I used to do skits in the past as well, so.
So what happened?
Skits, it didn't really go well with me, so.
Okay. It wasn't your thing. You didn't get the traction you wanted.
Not like it wasn't my thing. I can't just do a one-man skit. So, skit involves people, and I always find it difficult working with people because it's really difficult for you to find people that are like-minded, that can take the things seriously. So
vision.
That's it.
Okay.
Talking about content creation, is there something like a niche? This is my niche and all that. So what's your own niche really?
When I started, I was a bit confused.
Okay.
I was a bit confused, but with time, I was able to say, okay, this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm good at. Entertainment is my thing, but still, let me just say, entertainment and charity, because I still have this feeling that, okay, I need to put things out there, I need to help some people out there. So when I just see I'm able to see I'm able to come out of something, out of the unusual, something that other people just see as this is normal. I can just make a content out of it, and at the end of the day, I end up helping someone.
Okay, so how's it been now? Do you now work with people, or you still do the one-man thing?
It's still a one-man thing, because even putting together a team, it's difficult because...
Well, what makes it difficult? Is it that they want to be paid, or... let's understand.
Maybe when you are able to pay someone, they will take the job seriously. Because now that much money is not really coming from it. I'm not able to put someone on a salary, so I just look for random people to do some things with me, maybe in school. When I want to go for a shoot, I just have to go around looking for who is available that can hold the camera and all that. So really finding, and sometimes I remember once I went to ShopRite to do a video, and we did like 5 clips, and I was watching the video later and I discovered that the guy did not even capture the moment very well. At the point, it was after I gave the lady the letter that even started videoing. So when he cut my head off and all that. So it's really,
so you need to get a professional
yeah.
hand.
So, and the people that I know that are really good, they are not always available. So that's something I just have to deal with.
Apparently this is one of the challenges of
Absolutely.
the job. But let's talk about content creation now as a means of generating income. We have content creators that are cashing out in quotes at this point, you know, they're cashing out, smiling to the banks. So for someone who wants to start content creation, how do you what are the basic equipment needed? What's the basic skill needed to start the business? Because it's an industry on its own now.
A big one.
I would say creativity. It all starts with creativity.
Talking about the skill.
You need to think about. You need to think outside the box. You need to do You need to do content that people will be able to relate with. Something that people will feel, not just doing trash out there. Most of the content I watch these days, I just ask myself, what is this? So you hardly see people that are creative with what they do. Some just want to do what others are doing. Just want to copy others. So you need to be creative. It's one thing you must do. And what do you need to start content creation? Just a mobile phone. Just a mobile phone, maybe an iPhone with good camera. It's fine. You don't really need much, because when I started with Android phone. I remember when I started. I did a lot of things with my Android phone then. YouTube, I started YouTube with Android phone. I do YouTube as well. So content creation is just about having the zeal, having the passion, the creativity. Once that is set, you don't even need to own a phone first. You can borrow someone else's iPhone to do your skits and all that.
How about editing of the videos and all?
Editing, you can always learn. YouTube is there. Go on YouTube, learn how to use InShots. I started using InShots, mobile apps like that before I learned Premiere Pro. I learned Premiere Pro early this year, January this year. That's when I learned Premiere Pro. So it's not something that I would say you need to go get a course or something. Just go on YouTube. It's something you can learn for free and get started.
All right. So for someone, just like I said, for someone who is about starting, what are the likely, challenges or, impediments or something that one needs to be prepared for?
When you are starting out, people will not appreciate you. Engagement
even if you start out very funny, let's say you want to do some,
people will still talk.
You want to do comedy.
People will still talk. I'm from Warri, so I still have this Warri accent. People still comment on my video till today. There's a video I did. I was supposed to say, is it cheats? I said shits. Till today, even this morning, I still saw some funny comments. People were laughing at me and all that. Even the video that Yaba Left posted, some people were laughing at me because of my pronunciation and all that. So people will always judge you. I know a friend in school, he started doing comedy skits and all that. When StarTimes posted his skits, people were just talking about his looks, his costume and all that, that is not looking good enough and all that. So when you are starting out, people will talk. People will talk. If you look at all the big comedians, skit makers now, they started from somewhere. I remember Sidney Tucker in Uniben. I remember, what's this other guy's name? Just, I'm from Warri. I grew up in Warri and I go to Benin a lot of times. So most of these people, I knew them in the past. So you just have to start from somewhere and just believe that, okay, people will not appreciate you. People will not appreciate you. You will get depressed, because when you spend time putting a lot of effort in doing something and you just post it and you're seeing 2 views, you will get depressed. But you just have to start.
So basically perseverance is what you're advocating for. Okay, in terms of content creation, we need to address the issue of branding. And that's quite important, because it comes with the creative aspect of the business. When you mentioned Sidney Tucker, known as the towel guy. You look at Macaroni, he has a particular outfit, and the cap and all of that. So where's the place of branding in content creation, not just in terms of costume or props, but also probably in terms of even the lingua, you have certain content creators that they have their own slangs, and accents and all of that. At some point, Brother Shaggy was hit me, and that gesture and all of that. So where's the place of branding that was associated with his brand?
Yeah.
What's the role of branding in content creation?
Well, I think branding is just how people see you.
Okay.
It's just how people see
or
you.
how
So
you want them to see you.
how you want them to see you. But you don't want to be looking like everyone else. You don't want to sound like everyone else. You want somebody to see you and say, okay, this is this person. This is what we know this person for. This is what me myself. I can't really say I have something I do that people will say, okay, this is me.
How about your
But
hair?
my hair is something that yeah. So my hair is something that people look out for. They know that okay, this guy is always braiding his hair. And it's a challenge because in my school, I remember before I got into HND, they asked me to cut my hair. I was on virgin hair, very long. I had to cut my hair, but still, I just have to cover my hair whenever I'm entering the school premises. So branding is something, it's just how you want people to see you. It can be the way you talk. My accent, people already know me that, okay, this boy has this warrior accent. So, and it plays a long role because when brands are looking out for people to work with, for content creators to work with, they look at you as well. If like the towel guy can easily advertise a towel, this other guy, Gentle, he always holds bottled water. He can easily advertise for a bottled water company. Yeah. I can easily advertise for maybe a hair brand or a fashion brand and all that. So it goes beyond just how you want people to see you. In the money aspects, it also plays a role. Yeah.
So talking about money, the question will be, for especially for content creators that are not yet at the peak, that are not yet as big as the Macaronis or Shaggies and the rest of them. How do they go about attracting the brands? Is it that there has to be deliberate content? We had that in time past. There was a time it was a trend within the industry where you have certain, contents deliberately targeted at certain brands just to see if, you could have those collaborations and all of that. Or do you do the skit and you reach out or you expect them to do? How does it work?
Well, there's a saying that the way you dress is the way you will be addressed. The kind of content you put out depends on the kind of brand that will reach out to you. Me, I've not really gotten any big deal from any brand, but I do get from small brands and all that, even music artists abroad and all that. And that's because of the kind of content. My content needs background music, and some of these artists just want me to use their songs in the background and all that. So the kind of content you do, if you do content that are explicit, you are most likely to really get brand deals, except you are a very big person and some brands just want to target that audience because not everyone will be interested in what you do. So the kind, like my content is mostly general. Anybody can see my content and feel it. So I'm likely to get deals from any kind of brand. But there are some people that it's just some certain brands that will reach out to them. There are some girls that do content, it's only cosmetic brands that will reach out to them. There are some people just fashion brands, and there are some people like this guy that do health talks. He's more likely to get a doctor from he's most likely to get sponsorships from health brands. So the kind of content you do matters a lot. Some people don't just have any idea on what to do. They just come out and do anything. I think it's wrong. Though you can do that for a start because most times it's difficult for you to just get your bearing when starting out. So you just want to do random things and just see which one you will stick at. So it's just about learning in the process. So starting out, it's okay. If you don't know what to start with, just start with anything you can do. But with time, you need to niche down. You need to niche down. But now I'm trying to niche down into mostly charity and even less of entertainment. Not because
Aren't you scared? Aren't you scared?
Yeah, I'm a risk taker.
Okay.
I'm a risk taker. I've fought for cases that almost landed me in trouble as well. So it's something that I just have passion for. I just feel like I need to help people.
Don't you, I mean, aren't you thinking of combining both instead of just focusing on
Yeah,
charity?
I cannot just do charity because my fans will be bored as well. So I have to do
Exactly.
entertainment and charity.
Okay.
And there is a way you can as well bring in charity into entertainment, like
Entertainment.
some comedians are already doing. They do skits, they give out money to people and all that.
All right. So I think you already started the conversation really for those who are just starting when it comes to branding. So what's your advice really in terms of branding? Do you just, should it be based on what you can do? Should it be based on what you can deliver? What should determine your chosen brand really for someone who is just starting?
Well, you don't want to do something that will be difficult for you to maintain when you're starting out. Content creation is not just about learning how to do something. It's about doing something you have passion for, doing something you feel, something you enjoy doing. Some people just want to do content creation for the fame, and you just see that when they just post 3 videos and they are not getting views, they will just stop there. No, it's something that the passion must be there. That spark must be there. Something must be there to push you, because when you are seeing those 2 views, 3 views, how long you will go depends on what is pushing you. So if the passion is not there, it will be difficult. So I feel it's something that don't just do because you want to put in something out there and you want to get famous and all that. Do something you are comfortable doing. Do something you know that you can be proud of doing. Some people do skits that they cannot even show their appearance. So do something that,
Well, if they can't show their parents because their parents are strict, but they are comfortable with it, what do you think?
Yeah, you can be comfortable with something. When I say they cannot show their appearance, if you are doing something good, you won't be scared of showing
Good
your
is
parents.
relative. What I think is good, my parents might think it's not good.
Yeah, to an extent. My mom doesn't like me braiding my hair, but when she started seeing my videos online and all that, she stopped complaining. She just be like, you and this your hair. So yeah, so I know, okay, my mom does not like my hair, but I know that, okay, she likes what I am doing.
Okay.
So some people, the kind of skits they do, you just see some X-rated content and all that, you know that their parents will not even be proud of watching. I know that if my mom sees any video my mom sees of me, she will be happy that, okay, she can show her friends that, okay, this is my son. The only thing she will complain about is my hair.
Is that easy?
And that's part of
Yeah,
the
so
brand.
that's what I'm saying. So you need to do something that you are comfortable with. Don't just do something to get people go extra miles these days just to get followers, just to get famous. Even with the prank going on and all that, you just see some crazy prank, and you just be like, make this person know to keep person one day.
That's you preempted my next question. Really, in the course of content creation, what will be the red line? What will be the limits? We've seen certain pranks wherein it looks hazardous. You know, pranks that has to do with probably you trying to create a picture that isn't, like you're talking to a ghost and all of that, and you scare people so much. We've seen people, you know, take to their heels, and they could easily have run into, you know, a vehicle coming and all of that. You know, or you never can tell who is probably hypertensive, and as a result of that scare, the person just, you know, suffers some sort of seizure or panic attack and all of that. So at what point do you think that in this business of content creation there should be a red line? Because we're seeing more of those kind of pranks that has to do with scaring people, and you see people take to their heels, some even fall while running and all of that.
Well, I don't do pranks, but still there is a limit to everything. There is a limit to everything. You shouldn't be doing just to get followers. You are endangering people's lives. So
or even yours, because I can punch you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because sometimes I just see some brand and I'll be like, this guy tried this thing with me before you don't even say that brand, you don't collect. So things like that. It's not something I feel even the government, it's something the government should, even the security agencies should look into, because it's actually getting so much. I was watching a video yesterday, the guy, it was a prank, he was trying to steal a guest's phone, and before it would even say it was a prank, people don't carry bottle, don't they break bottles, so stuff like that. So I believe there is a limit to everything. There is a limit. Too much of everything is bad. You can prank someone. There's a way you prank someone when you know that, okay, it's safe. Like if you watch this guy, what's his name? this brand guy that wears black suits all the time. I've forgotten his name, with dreads. He doesn't do pranks that will risk. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
he doesn't do pranks that will risk people's lives.
Yeah.
He can just do a prank of him dancing, carry a tripod, and people will think he's bombed. They'll run away and will just start dancing. They will start laughing. So there are kind of pranks you can do. You must not endanger people's life just because you are doing prank. Even there's a limit to everything.
All right.
There's limits.
For people who are just starting, give or take, for how long should they, persevere before they start seeing the returns in terms of maybe views and brands also coming on board?
Well, nobody knows that. Nobody knows that.
Give or take.
The thing is, I've been doing this for years, since 2018, but some people will just think I just started recently.
Yeah.
Even every other popular person you see today, they've been doing what they are doing for a while. But when they just blow, you think that it's just a one-day thing. So I believe whatever you are doing, you should be ready to put time into it. You should be patient. You should be patient, because Rome was not built in a day. Just keep doing what you do. Consistency matters a lot. One thing about consistency is that when you post a video today, you see 2 views. Your next video, you are most likely to see maybe 5 views. And when you keep on doing gradually, it is increasing gradually. I did not get 23K followers on Facebook in a day. I've been putting videos there for a while. But the growth, when growth will just come, you'll be surprised. I got from 8K to 21K within 2 days. So when the thing just one video. So when the thing just happened, you'll be surprised. Not all video goes viral. So you won't even know the one that will go viral. The one that you are thinking, this video is very nice, this video will go viral, might not even go viral. So you just have to be patient and be consistent. Encourage yourself, because depression is real.
Are there signs, to tell you that this is not your thing, just hands off or switch?
Yeah. When people are consistently telling you that you are not doing well, not just one person, people that don't know you, when they are consistently telling you you are not doing well,
then it means you should switch.
It is a sign. Maybe you can change
maybe
your
you just
niche.
hold your thoughts. We'll take a break now. We need to go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We also have Claridan right here with us. Claridan, before we went on that time out, you were answering a particular question about when to know it's not your thing.
Yeah. So like I said, when to know it's not your thing. Yeah, it's a difficult thing, but you have to pay attention to your audience. You really have to pay attention to your audience. So if you are doing content and people are not acknowledging you, people are not encouraging you, people are just dropping terrible comments every time, then maybe you should switch to another niche of content creation. Or maybe you should try to find out from your audience what they would like to see. So because when you do, I did a video once, and people were asking, what is this? What's the meaning of this? This is not good. It's as if you are encouraging this thing. The question, the question I asked was, if you were raped by someone and the person offered you 10 million naira, will you accept it? And at the point, people were just saying it's insensitive. The question is very insensitive, and I had to take it down. And since then, I did not do anything like that again, because you learn as you go. You will make mistakes, sure. But when people are consistently telling you, no, this is not good, then you should think, maybe you have to rethink what you put out. That is what I think.
Another thing, from the example you gave of your own, experience, I think another discussion will be that content creators sometimes need to also be explicit in passing their messages across. I understand the place of you trying to be creative and it's seemingly implicit, but people can also misunderstand. Now, that was quite, insensitive, quite all right, but it could also be a means to advocate that, you know, silence shouldn't be encouraged, that,
Exactly.
you know, breaking out the silence culture. Because one of the things that has fueled the silence culture over time is the rapist tends to, you know, either threaten or induce the patient in terms of trying to silence the person, like, okay,
or even the family
you know,
members.
the family members.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard of victims, you know, testimonies over time, and they say, oh, I was threatened, my family was threatened, or we were given a huge sum of money and all. So as much as, yes, it was insensitive, no doubt, you could have also been trying to pass a message of, do you encourage, you know, breaking the silence and all of that, but, you know, you just didn't pass that message, you know, accurately.
Well, it was clearly stated in the description, say no to rape, speak out when anything like this happens to you. It was clearly stated. But you see, Nigerians, they read different meaning to things.
It may not
because
necessarily be
it may not be
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
It's about,
yeah.
you know, without that comment, the video alone doesn't explain
exactly.
what you're trying to
It
say.
probably wasn't
Maybe if at
explicit
the end
enough.
of the video you then put it still part of the clip, maybe it would have passed the message.
Yeah.
Because people can download that video and post it without, you know,
Exactly. I actually think it's from the response of the people I interviewed. So I think that's what triggered.
Okay.
Because some of them were actually saying, yeah. And it was as if we were promoting,
encouraging the silence culture rather than
so,
breaking it.
Yeah, so I guess that's why. So I had to take it down immediately. And so with that, I was able to learn that, okay, there's some contents that you should not even put out in the first place.
Yeah.
There's a way, there are other ways to go about this. So you learn as you go, because you will definitely make mistakes. There is nobody that's perfect.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Clarida, for
You're
coming on
welcome.
the show and for sharing, you know, from your experience with us.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
We'll take a break now. When we'll come back, well, we'll give you more updates. Stay with us.